The country that does, but doesn't exist.
And the people are just too nice. Actually does look quite like a fairy tale.
What on earth is in here? This is like a mud pit.
Nostrovia.
The like Soviet cafe. It's like full of memorabilia. It's like a museum.
Full of Lenin. Only in Transnistria.
Good morning, guys, from the country that does, but doesn't exist. Welcome back to Tiraspol here in Transnistria. And what an interesting sleep we had in our little capsule. They're actually surprisingly roomy. They're super comfortable, and the Capsula Hotel has only just opened, as we mentioned yesterday, so it's really nice to be one of the first guests here in Tiraspol. But we've grabbed a coffee from Dolce Vita, which is supposedly the student place to grab food, grab coffee. It's like desserts, and it was really, really cheap. We got a coffee each, 2 pastries, and it came to about £2.50, which is unbelievable. But today we are heading outside of Tiraspol to the town of Bender. All we have to do now is work out how to get there.
That's actually a really good coffee for like what, 50p?
It was
65 cents. But the funniest thing about Transnistria is not many people can speak English. No signs are in English. It's all in Russian. So the fun of trying to find the bus is all part of the adventure. But we're obviously going to head to Bender. We're going to check
Bendery.
The name makes me laugh. But we're going to check out a couple of like the touristy for here sights to see, and then head off the beaten. Just walk. Just go into the side streets and walk. Oh, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's this way. You can take us. Ah, thank you so much. So we have made it to Bender. I don't know if it was the right bus. It looked more like a marshrutka, I think. Oh, that's the buses around here. But we've made it to the town of Bender, and so they told you they're so nice here. So the guy saw us waiting for the bus. We asked where to go, how to get there. He got us on the bus. He paid for us to get on the bus, and now he's taking us around the town. The people are just too nice.
He was so lovely. So thank you, John, for taking us straight to Bendery Fortress. If you're watching.
I think he was desperate for us to see it, right?
Yeah, he really wanted us to see Bendery Fortress. Of course, we were coming to see this here.
But now we're straight here.
But now we are right here outside. There's actually like this huge 5-star hotel and restaurant on the grounds of the fortress, which I didn't expect at all.
I'm hoping it's open though, because I haven't seen anybody yet.
No, it's quite quiet.
This place is so random. So everywhere around the town of Bendery, I think that is how you say it, there's army barracks. There's lots and lots of presence of military. There's checkpoints because it is so near to the border, so you're in a proper militarized zone. And then you've got this beautiful park, the Alexandra Nevsky Park, I believe. So I presume that is their own Alexandra Nevsky Cathedral. I am not too sure. And then you're just walking straight up through this lush green park that's been recently done to the fortress, and it looks so cool. It's just, and there it is right in front of you, the fortress. It actually does look quite like a fairy tale, but I'm still not certain. We are in Transnistria. Oh my god. And we're being attacked by oh my god, I'm running. We're getting attacked by, oh my god, oh, it's all on my feet, by sprinklers. They are everywhere. I'm not even sure if it's open. So there is the fortress. We have the whole park. Look, this is huge. And there is no one here.
It is unbelievably quiet. It's kind of hard to believe that you're...
It's open. I can see it's definitely open. Like, they've obviously done it up to build up tourism. Oh my god, look at it behind though. It looks lovely. A fairy tale within a militarized zone.
I kind of don't think it looks like anything that we've seen before. I mean, there's sort of, you can see the influence. So this is actually an Ottoman fortress, and you can kind of see that with the way the bricks are, the colour of the bricks, the way they're built. So we've seen some of that before, but then the pointedness, which is obviously newer, reminds me a bit of the castles we've seen in like Transylvania and other places. It's a very unique style.
And we are in Bendery Fortress. This is so impressive. Oh my god, like if you were anywhere else in the world, anywhere else in Europe, you would have thousands and thousands of tourists, but we have got the whole thing, look at this, the whole place to ourselves. It actually dates back to 1538 and it was built sort of like of earth and mud, and then the structure that you'll see more of today, like this here, was when the Turkish invaded and then they put their own stamp on it, I suppose, during the Ottoman rule.
We always end up in something a little bit creepy in fortresses, and this is the torture room. There's some horrible things on the wall. I hope they've not actually been used.
Oh my god,
they're imitations.
Yeah, let's hope these aren't the originals, but I feel a little bit sorry the people in the photos.
Oh, it's very graphic. It's actually really pretty, but also kind of sad at the same time, because there isn't anybody else here. Like, we're the only people here.
There should be.
There should be, like, because
this is a lot better than other fortresses we've been to.
They've done well. Everything is in sort of other languages, like everything's in English, so you can read and understand what's going on. And also, I feel partly the problem is, obviously, it's quite new. It was part of the Russian army base. It was a Russian army base, and it was off limits completely to the public. And because, obviously, things have got slightly better between Tiraspol and Chisinau, they said actually you can have it, and it's been completely given for tourism purposes. So obviously it's new, they're redoing it, they've put a lot of money in it, so maybe that's why we're the only ones here, but I hope more people come here because it is actually really nice.
This, I'm out of breath, it's really cool. There's the, oh wow, the lookout tower at the top, which overlooks the whole fortress and pretty much all of Transnistria. Oh my god, yeah, you can see there's actually like an old army barracks literally right next to the fortress, which sort of is the stark reminder and sort of why we've got this place to ourselves, with the issues going on between, or that went on between Transnistria and Moldova. But it's a beautiful fortress. Johnny, I think that was his name, from the bus was telling us this is actually only one of 4 of a kind of Ottoman fortresses because of the complexity of the underground tunnels here, which some haven't even been, I'm really out of breath, some of which haven't even been explored yet due to safety concerns, but one day they want to go down there and check all the kilometres and miles of tunnels that have been built under this place. This basically sums up Transnistria in a nutshell. You have the beautiful fortress, the history, and then you have huge army bases. Nastravie. In came the translation yet again out here, which is very difficult. They obviously can't speak English, I can't speak Russian, and we've got some sort of dark old fortress. It's their old fortress, their type of beer in dark, which I don't normally like, but you know. How does it taste? That is the question. I'm in Transnistria. It's not so bad. It's quite nice. It's a little bit caramelly. I quite like it. I mean, I can drink it. But we've come into the 5-star hotel, which again, I don't know the name of. It's the 5-star hotel that's connected to the fortress, but obviously this was, I presume, built recently to again help tourism in the area. It's on the grounds of the fortress, and it actually cost, what was it to get in the fortress? 50 each. 50 each, yeah. 50 Transnistrian ruble each, so about, let's say £2, £2.50 to get in. And the beer's also really cheap in the 5-star hotel, so Nastravie. Well, that was not our favourite beer, but it wasn't bad. I will give it some credit. It was quite sweet, a little bit caramelly. We're now just going to basically walk the streets of Bender, and as you can see right here is an army base, another army base, and then we have the coolest little building here, which kind of looks very sort of spaceshipy. It's actually the police lookout tower on the main road. But yeah, we're now basically just going to wander the streets of Bender and see what we managed to find. There isn't so much going on in the main town centre of Bendery, so we thought we'd just walk out, just explore the back roads. The main centre really just has a couple of shops. You can see they're changing things, like the old apartment blocks are starting to be renewed, but it's just pretty quiet, you know. There's not loads going on. We're going to try and walk down to the river, I think, check out what's going there. But this is the life. This is where people live. The big apartment blocks, lots of open space. It's the reality. It's the reality of people here. So many people have said to us, or when they try and speak to us, they're really pleased to see you, pleased to see a tourist, which is nice. Everyone is so friendly. Forget the politics. I'm not getting involved in the politics that's here. The people are really, really nice, and that's why I thought walk a back street and just see how they live, or if you can find anyone. This is why you wander the back roads. We've found an abandoned, semi-abandoned, I don't know.
Yeah, there's kind of like
Soviet
some tiny new bits, and then just
Amusement
everything
Park.
else is like what on earth was in here? This is like a mud pit or something.
I don't know. You've got like the kids Ferris, but I think you can still go on it though. There's ladies in the.
Yeah, but can we go on it?
Should we try it? It would be so funny. They've
No,
got bumper
have you
cars.
seen that one? That looks like it's seen better days.
They certainly have. They've been these, but they're still going from the 70s.
Oh.
Spasiba, spasiba. Nostravia.
No rides, but we did end up with a beer in the coolest place ever, which is the like Soviet cafe. It's like full of memorabilia. It's like a museum.
Full of Lenin.
Full of Lenin, and then you can go and get the canteen. Unfortunately, I have literally no idea what is up for grabs up there, so I went for a beer. I think that's the safest bet.
Look at this, it's crazy. The nostalgia is real with the people of Transnistria.
It is just so unusual.
This place really is so cool. It is Transnistrian nostalgia of the Soviet Union all in one. Look at these phones. Hello. Yeah, is that Lenin? No, I'm gonna have a beer, mate. Didn't sound too happy. Oh my god, that was certainly unique. Only in Transnistria would they have a cafe themed like that. Not for tourists, but for themselves because of the nostalgia. And it's just sitting on top of like, I think it's an old bus station type thing, but we need to get back. We need to get back to Tiraspol because we are heading to the Kvint factory. So they make this incredible cognac, whiskey, whatever you want to call it, but you can't call it cognac, but it basically is. It's the Transnistrian cognac.
We have just made it to the Kvint distillery. I think so anyway. I hope this is the right place, but we had to get a quick taxi because the bus just wouldn't have made it here. They stop so many places.
It closes at 5, it's 4.
It closes at 5, it's currently 4 p.m. and we need to get in there.
We need to do a tour and I need to taste some alcohol.
I need something.
Kvint means, it's the acronym, it means brandies, wines and beverages of Tiraspol. So it's from the Russian phrase with KVINT first letters. This factory was founded in 1897, so it's one of the oldest and biggest factories in Moldova, which produces alcohol.
So we have just met our guide Anna and we are in the Kvint factory, distillery, the lot. This place is huge. It is, I can't remember how many hectares she said, but it's a lot of hectares. We actually checked out the museum first and you see all the bottles that have made for such a long time. They make brandy, but as well as brandy they also make wine and they make vodka, and they've won a lot of prizes for all of them. Like literally you see the prizes there in the museum, but also it's quite interesting. Obviously during the Soviet Union, during Prohibition under Gorbachev, they actually had to stop making alcohol, of course, and they started doing like juices for 1 year, then headed back and obviously got back to the amazing brandies that they make that are sold all across the world and is one of the biggest sellers in Eastern Europe.
There are just so many buildings. No wonder when we pulled up outside we would have thought we were at the wrong place. It is so cool. We've come down into one of the wine collections and there's over 15,000 bottles of everything in here. It's kind of crazy. One of the oldest wines is 1954. Apparently it's still drinkable. Obviously it's not one that you'd really want to drink because you want to keep that, you know, it's so special. It's kept at the perfect humidity, perfect
test it every
temperature.
10 years to make sure it's still okay.
It's been recorked as well.
I'm mind blown by the science behind this.
There's too much you need to know. We wouldn't be able to do it.
Annually we produce 20 million bottles of all products.
Wow!
And half of this will be brandies.
So we have come into the tanks and barrels room, but what is really cool here is this barrel here, it's closed. Like I can't touch it. You're not allowed to touch this. They actually export kosher brandy. So what they do is they'll have a rabbi come over and he'll do the whole process. He'll help out with making the process because we can't touch it as Christians. So he'll come over, do it all, seal it, and then once it's sealed, you can touch it, but then it's obviously exported to places like the US and Israel.
Yeah.
Can you smell that?
Ah, it smells so nice, and this place is so echoey, but there is 5,000 barrels in here. Like, what?
And this is just one of the rooms.
And this is just one of the rooms. There's about 25,000 in total, and we just have full-on brandy. It smells too good.
I could swim in it. This is so cool. So we have come into one of the tasting rooms to try 3 of the most popular brandies here. And first of all, we are trying the 10-year-old brandy called Surprise. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a surprise. This room though, oh my god, like it's like an echo getting to the other end.
The longer you keep brandy spirit inside oak barrel, the darker it becomes, the denser it becomes, and you can see such drippings on the walls of the glass. They're called legs, like ladies' legs. The longer you can see these traces, the older is your brandy.
But it smells and looks incredible. It almost looks too good to drink, but let's try it.
Tense weight.
Oh, that's really good.
Silky?
Really silky. You obviously get the oak coming through, and it's not too much. It's like perfect. Sometimes if you have like a poor brandy, you're going to taste it and all it does is burn, but you can like feel it slowly going down, and then you get the aroma of the oak.
The second one to try is the Tiraspol. I just love the bottle. It's actually for the 205th Jubilee of the city, and it's 15 years aged. Oh my god, we're just learning so much, and I'm gonna try it. I've warmed it up a little bit, I've smelt it, I've tried to get it. It's definitely slightly woodier, definitely a little bit stronger than the 10 years one, obviously because it's 15 years aged, but I need to warm it up a little bit more, I think.
Last but not least, we have the 25-year-old Victoria, which is it's the same age as me, which is pretty cool. That right here, that's been sitting in a barrel as long as I've been living. So the name actually comes from when one of the secretaries from Moldova of the Communist Party came here. They done a tour like we did. They tried it because it was a new product at the time, and they said it was a victory for brandies in Moldova. And that got the name Victory, Victoria in Latin. I need to try it. Oh, it's good. It's apparently, again, with the name Victoria, it's a little bit more feminine, so it's sweeter. You get like floral aromas. You do get that. It's not as strong. Wow, that is good. It's almost like a combination of the 2 previous ones in one, and this is actually everyone's favorite. So the directors here, the politicians, everyone, this is the go-to, and you can really see it. It's like them two added together to make the perfect recipe.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. You're amazing.
And just like that, we are back in Chisinau, Moldova. I have to say a big thank you to Anna from Kvint Brewery. That is the closest you're gonna get to cognac outside of France, and it's in Transnistria, and it's super cheap and tastes, oh my god, it tasted so good. But after that we went to Kraft, which is a really nice restaurant just outside of town, which has amazing beers and really, really good food.
Stravia, to the home of Transnistrian beer. Craft food and a craft in the home of craft.
But we're back, Transnistria, Prinistravia, as the locals like to call it. What an experience. It felt real. It felt like a country to me. Like I said, it has a flag, it has the money, it has the army, it has everything that a country has, but it's just not recognised. But whether it's real or not, I don't care. Everything, all the information that I have found, it's been online or what people have told me, so if I'm wrong, I do apologise. But the one thing I do know is the people there were amazing, so hospitable, so smiley. They wanted to come and see you because it doesn't get tourists. But go to Transnistria, experience it. And of course the Capsule Hotel. Really, really did not expect to find a hotel like that in Transnistria. Complete contrast, but it's not completely all Soviet like it maybe was a few years ago. It's modernising, things are changing, there are amazing things to do, like the brewery tours, like the cool hotels, like the amazing restaurants, and so on. And of course the CCCP CAF. You've got to have a little bit of Soviet when going to Transnistria. But we made it back. Over the border was a bit of a strange one again. Moldova don't seem to care that you're coming back over, so they don't check anything because they don't see it as a border as such. So never come from Ukraine to Moldova that way because you've entered illegally into the country, technically. But yeah, chill. We're back, 2 days relaxing, back in Chisinau, and then we head on to our next new country. See you in the next one.